Welcome to the final lesson for learning to massage on your own legs. Hopefully you're doing both. Today I'm going to help you to put everything we've learnt together in a smooth, flowing, connected way. And you'll have learnt by now that it really feels good when your techniques flow from one to another, when your emphasis is more on feeling in than doing to. In that whole idea of presence with your touch. So make this session a real treat for yourself from beginning to end. I'm not going to talk too much during this session. I think it's more important that you follow loosely with what I'm doing and that you flow with your own body and what your own body needs. So let's begin. As always, we're going to begin with bringing your hands down slowly to connect. And always pause a while wherever you are. This is a great opportunity for you to take a couple of deep breaths and really sink into your body, for you to get comfortable. And you break that contact just as slowly, okay? Slower than I just did. Now we're going to oil. Remember, if you need to add more oil, you simply come off slowly, add more oil, go on again. And as you know, we begin with the oiling strokes. Using your whole body, always using your whole body. Spreading that oil everywhere, all over your leg. Down into your foot, all the way up your thigh. And here's where I'm going to do a few effleurage strokes without really talking, so you can get a sense of the different ways we can use it. I hope that's not too soft for you. Moving into that ringing. By now you can begin to feel that you're warming up the areas you were going to work deeper into. Your whole leg should feel very connected by now. Just check in with that. You missed areas. Do you need to go back? And while you're using the focus on your fingers or on the heels of the hands, what do you notice? Where does it feel tight? Just see if you can spend the next few strokes just feeling in anywhere that might feel a little tighter. And we're going to move seamlessly into petrissage, picking up, squeezing, moving the tissue against itself. Taking your time, the deeper you go, the slower you go. Noticing where you feel the tensions and where might need that compression, that reinforced fingers, reinforced thumb technique that we've learned. Reinforced thumb technique is great in the front of your shin here. Remember to keep your whole body soft. Wherever you are, just keep checking in with your whole body. I noticed that my back needed a little bit more straightening. So wherever you decide needs a little bit more compression depth, take your time. Remember, wherever you find there's a sore area there for me. So I'm going to use my breath. Take my time. Wait for those tissues to just soften and melt. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And then feel in again and see how that feels now. Might be a little tender. Remember how we move from there to percussion. So sometimes we will work with something like kneading, and then we'll move into that plucking. So there's no horrible sudden movements that jar your tissues. Flicking. Pummeling. Remember, lovely loose fists. Loose, soft. Don't make it hard work, don't make it rigid. Soft bouncing. Don't think I've even shown you this. This is using my knuckles in the same way that I was using my fingertips, in a kind of brushing way. I've been doing a lot of walking and I can feel the tension in this area here. So this feels good. And I might want to come in there a little deeper with some other techniques. For now, let's carry on with the percussion. And let's see if we can find a way to transition back into petrissage without any sudden stopping. Let's find a smooth way of doing that. So very often what I will do is I will transition from a technique such as this flicking, brushing technique, because from here it's really easy to slow that down. Can you see that? And come back into a stroking which seamlessly moves back into any kind of petrissage technique, which seamlessly moves back into some sort of deeper pulling, stroking technique. And so that is how you are going to learn to put things together in a way that flows, in a way it flows and feels good. No sudden shocks to your body or to anybody else that you're working on. So let's do a little bit more, maybe a little transitioning between these flowing strokes and back into something deeper. Can you see how I went into a reinforced hand? And from there I might choose to stay somewhere. Maybe I come down into my shin a little bit more. You can also reinforce. You can reinforce your fingers in a different way, so you can actually bring them together and use them together. Good to use that pulling technique in the calf. Everything flowing together. And come back into that percussion again, just to show you one more time. And then we want to find a way to complete the entire session, the entire treatment. So we're going to want to follow the basic principles. We begin with light strokes, we move to the more medium depth strokes, to the deeper compression strokes, back usually to medium depth strokes, and then what we'll want to do is finish with something lighter, something that connects the whole area. So here I'm using effleurage again to my whole leg. And then I may finish with something like stroking. So from here I could move into a stroke. Something that helps you connect the entire area. And of course we can finish with holds. Holds are lovely as well at the end to help connect the area you've worked with to another area of the body, particularly if you're working on somebody else. But for instance, if I didn't have time to work on my other leg now, I would want to do something so that that leg feels connected to my body. As we've noticed before in the lessons, when we've worked on one leg, the other leg feels very different. So I'm just going to finish here with some stroking, I think. And maybe finally, feathering. Not everybody's cup of tea, but I like it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking part. I hope you've enjoyed this series. The next step is for you to learn how to take these techniques to working with somebody else. So there's a whole series of lessons for you that helps you to progress from here to working with somebody else. I hope you'll join me online for the next course, and I hope at some point to see all of you face to face